First time to come to the stage, a very funny guy. Please put your hands together for Mr. Tim Kirby.
I remember when I lost my mind. Something so pleasant about that place. Even your emotions have an echo in so much space.
That's great. Having a good time so far? Yeah. All right. Well, I'm originally from Minnesota. Yeah, Minnesota. And I find the people in Florida so exotic. People come up to me down here and they say, my family's from Brazil and Colombia, and that makes me Latino. Or they'll say, my family's from Puerto Rico or Mexico, and that makes us Hispanic. And I'm mixed too. My dad's Catholic and my mom's Jewish. That makes me confused. But I came to Florida for the same reason that a lot of people do. Detox. As a matter of fact, I'm in a drug screening program. Thanks to the support of my friends, family, and a court order, I'm clean now. I'm in a drug screening program, which means every week I've got to take a supervised urine test. And each time I go down there, there's a technician in the room watching me. I hope he's a technician. And that made me kind of nervous. So and it made me think also, how does one get this job? I mean, does he have a degree? Is he licensed? So I asked him, I go, what special qualities are helpful for a job like this? He says, well, it helps if you're gay. Zip them up. But then I thought, you know what? This could be an opportunity for me. Because what guy hasn't had this thought? Am I an average guy? Or maybe above average? And who better to judge? This guy's seen a lot of dicks. So I said, hey, while I got this out, I'm wondering if you could tell me. That's all I had to say. He knew exactly what I was talking about. And you know what? He didn't say a word. He just smiled and gave me one of these. You can still feel it. Nice fella, nice fella. But that's a lot of pressure having to go while people are watching you. In that room that they have you go in, that doesn't make it any easier. There's bright lights, there's mirrors all around you, and there's all these guys in the hallway lined up just waiting for their turn. It's kind of like standing on stage at a strip club, which made me feel kind of special. Yeah, you know, it used to be that I couldn't go if someone was watching me. Now, I can't go unless somebody does. This has created its own problems. Can't ride tri-rail anymore. Can't come with 1,000 feet of a Macy's either. Live down in Boca Raton now. I live there with my girlfriend. Now, my girlfriend is Jewish, but she's not only Jewish, she's also a vegan. Now, for those that may not know the difference, one is a woman who refuses to put any meat in her mouth. You're getting ahead of me, aren't you? And the other only eats vegetables. Good girl, good girl. Anyway, yeah, but she tries to be supportive of me. She knows that I've struggled with drugs. As a matter of fact, I'm just 1 month out of detox, so I'm still a little shaky. And last night she said to me, Tim, I know what you're going through. I'm 30 days gluten-free. Same thing. Same thing, just like drugs. Except the only difference is, when she runs out of cereal and she needs some more, she doesn't have to give Captain Crunch a blowjob. Same thing though. Now her latest thing is, she's decided to stop shaving, okay? Exactly. And right now, her legs look like that of a 12-year-old boy, which I find strangely attractive. I should go easy on her though. She had a big scare yesterday. She went to the park with her vegan friends, right? And when she got home, I could tell she was upset. So I asked her, what happened? She said, while we were at the park with my daughter, a man in a car tried to lure my daughter with a candy bar. And that could have scarred her for life. There's no telling what was in that candy bar. Because vegans are more worried about, never mind, than the real. Anyway, you know, I knew her for a long time. Before we started living together, I knew her for a long time before that. And I always thought she'd be okay if she was with the right guy. Now that we've been living together for a while, I'm looking for that guy. One more thought before I get out of here, because this will be helpful to you all if you go online. Just recently, I don't know if this has happened to you, but I lost my password online. And I don't know if this has happened to you, but they take you to a website and they'll ask you questions about your background to make sure you're you, right? So this time, I lost my password last week, and the question was, which or all of the above is a former address? And I looked at the list. I lived at all those places. All the above. How did they know that stuff? How did they know that? The next question was, which or all of the above is a former employer? And I looked at the list. I worked for all those guys. How did they know that? But I think they're getting a little invasive, because today the question was, which or all of the above is a former sex partner? That didn't bother me so much, but how'd they ever find out about Sparky? Dog must have talked. All right, that's my time. Thank you.